You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, we've got Phyllis Summers making a dirty deal with Victor Newman this week. The Mustache thinks he's finally going to get his hands on the AI program so he can do some bad things, but will karma circle around and bite Victor? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how Phyllis might be tricking Victor, and he might be in for a very rude awakening. Please hit that subscribe, hit that like if you're not already following us. Let's get into it. This week, we've got Phyllis trotting out to the new ranch house to meet with Victor, and she tells him she has an offer he can't refuse. Phyllis tells Victor she stole Cane's AI program and will let him use it, let Victor use it, let him have it on one condition, and he can't resist what Phyllis is offering, and he agrees. After meeting with Phyllis, we have Adam and Chelsea over at the new ranch to see Victor, and he tells them they can't tell anybody, but Phyllis had a falling out with Cane and stole the AI and offered it to him. So Victor explains to Adam and Chelsea he's going to use it to take over Jabot, and then Phyllis is going to get Jabot as her payment. Victor says that was the price she demanded, and he seems fine giving it to Phyllis rather than destroying it. Victor says that he never actually wanted to destroy Jabot. He just wanted to destroy Jack, and him losing Jabot to Phyllis would actually destroy Jack. There's no lie there. So Victor tells Adam and Chelsea that Phyllis doesn't want to get her hands dirty. So Victor agreed to do it, and it's a win-win. You know, of course, Victor's happy to do that. He sees Jack miserable, and Phyllis gets what she says she wants. However, I think she may be outsmarting Victor, and Phyllis may have a twisted blind side coming that Victor won't see coming at all. So here's what I think might happen in the end. I think Phyllis misleads Victor into thinking the AI program is aimed at Jabot, but in fact, Phyllis might have set it up so it's really aimed at Newman Enterprises. I think Phyllis is kind of jangling keys to distract Victor while she sneaks up to stab him in the back. Phyllis may have Victor convinced she despises Jack because he chose Diane over her, and that Phyllis is also mad at Billy for choosing Sally and Kyle, you know, as part of her anger because he dumped Summer. There's plenty of motive that Victor can see when Phyllis explains that she wants to take Jabot away, you know, to punish Jack and Kyle and mess with John Abbott's legacy to also hurt Billy. The thing is, I don't think Phyllis really wants Jabot. First of all, she knows her daughter Summer would hate her for taking it. Summer's company, Marquetti, is part of Jabot. Not to mention, Nick would hate Phyllis too if she took over Jabot and screwed up things for Summer at Marquetti. And Phyllis's son Daniel might walk away from Phyllis as well for hurting his sister Summer and also friends of the family. Plus, there's the fact that Phyllis doesn't actually hate Jack. She dislikes Diane, but their rivalry is pretty low-key and bland at this point. Also, I really don't think Phyllis would take Jack's family legacy away from him and away from Harrison, who is Phyllis's grandson. However, Victor is a whole other issue. He is someone that Phyllis truly hates and will always loathe for very, very good reason. Victor's the one Phyllis really wants to destroy, and she wants revenge for a lot of things he's done in the past. And I think Phyllis stole the AI from Cane with a specific plan to target Victor. Do you remember when Cane was telling Phyllis about the AI program and his plans to take over everything in Genoa City? From the get-go, she told Cane she wanted to crush Newman, take it over, and she wanted Victor working for her. She wanted to see him crawl. I don't see Phyllis doing a 180 on that and deciding to crush Jack instead. I think Phyllis went to Victor and told him she stole the AI for a couple of reasons. First, Phyllis knows Victor would find out about it anyway. Genoa City is a small town, and word would spread that Cane lost control of the AI. I mean, she just stole it, and already Jack and Diane know, thanks to Cane. So that's part of why I think Phyllis approached Victor, and she came to him to cut a deal and make him think he was getting something good from her, and then repaying Phyllis with something that Victor doesn't even consider valuable, which is Jabot. And I think this is all part of a plot. I think Cane played right into Phyllis's hands because Cane did what Phyllis expected, and he ran to Jack and Diane to warn them. So Victor's going to see Jabot reacting, and he's going to think Phyllis is really doing it, and that's why the Abbotts are scrambling. So they're getting up their defenses, but Victor may assume it's because the attack actually happened. Plus, with Jack calling Billy to come to the mansion, and then Jack calling Kyle saying he needs to leave Los Angeles and get home ASAP, that'll even further substantiate it, and he will think, oh, Phyllis is really doing this thing. So Victor's going to see the Abbotts panicking and worried that Jabot's about to be taken over. He'll see Jack and Billy, Diane, and Kyle all on the defensive. And then Victor's guard will be down because he'll be so busy thinking about how great it's going to be when he finally destroys Jack that Victor may not notice the Trojan horse that he led into his life. Because don't forget, Phyllis is supposedly a brilliant hacker. She stole the AI, and I'm sure she's capable of using it and even modifying it. And the thing is, it's already set up to be used in a very weird way. You know, to Victor, it should look like the program is targeting Jabot, but maybe it's dismantling Newman Enterprises instead. If you remember, Cane had a backdoor thing built into the AI, because if you remember, Cane was going to let Billy use the AI and do his dirty work and target companies in Genoa City, but Cane said that he would be the one who would secretly be controlling the AI, and Billy would only think he was in control. So I suspect Phyllis is doing the same thing. I think she picked up where Cane left off, and she's letting Victor think he's in the driver's seat, but it's really Phyllis, thanks to that back door that Cane had programmed into it for him to use himself. And let's be real, Phyllis is long overdue for a win, and Victor is way overdue for a comeuppance. And if Phyllis got the better of him, OMG, Victor would lose it. He would be totally humiliated. You know that everybody in Genoa City would have a good laugh if Phyllis bested Victor. So yeah, everybody might be pretty impressed with Phyllis. I think it'd be nice to see Victor knock down a few pegs thanks to Phyllis. So fingers crossed.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.